that everybody feels. Sometimes they don't want to admit it, but it's something that can literally stop us in our tracks. And what I'm talking about today is fear. And there are going to be things in your life that I'm not afraid of, and there's going to be things that are in my life that absolutely terrify you. We all feel fear. And fear is a reaction that makes us stop. It prevents us from going forward. But the reality of fear is that most of what fear is in our head. We are afraid of change. We are afraid of failure. We are afraid of success. We are afraid of what other people will think about us. And all of those fears lumped together can literally stop us cold. I know people that want to do more. They talk about doing more, but they never follow through. They are halted and paralyzed by fear. And one of the ways to get through fear is to, one, admit that it exists. That scares me. I'm not very good at it. Now, those of you that know me personally know that I can't stand shopping. I hate it. It makes me sick to my stomach. It actually is one of the worst things that I would ever think about doing. And yet, I have to shop. But I can go to the grocery store, I can go to Sam's, and I can go buy a new pair of running shoes. But one of the things, in addition to just shopping, is shopping with other people. I'm not one of those ones that will call up a friend or text someone and say, hey, you know what? I've got some free time today. You want to go shopping? Sorry, it's not going to happen. You have your friends that you can take shopping and go pick out your Coach purses and go try on your high heels and all of your fancy jeans and stuff like that. I know that that arena does not include me, and I'm okay with that. And so one of the things that absolutely terrified me, of course, was when someone asked me to go shopping a few years ago. It literally sent my stomach into every twist and turn that you can imagine. I made myself physically sick with anticipation of doing something so simple as going shopping. And I wasn't going shopping with someone I disliked. I was actually going to go shopping with a friend, and I was looking forward to spending time with her. I wish that we would have picked something else to do. However, I was wanting to tackle that fear, and as sick as it made me and as anxious as I was, even wanting to cancel going shopping, I followed through. And it was not something that I was comfortable with even while we were shopping. And people will ask me, why do you hate shopping? And the answer is quite simple, and it sounds silly, but I'm afraid I'm going to do it wrong. And isn't that really why we don't do something? We're afraid we're going to mess it up. Nobody I know likes to make mistakes. And I know that sounds really silly when it comes to shopping. I mean, people mess up recipes and, they forget to turn their coffee maker off. And, there's a lot of fear that comes from doing things wrong. And shopping was not one of those things that I felt very comfortable with. But if you hand me a glove and a ball and tell me to play shortstop, I can do that in a heartbeat. So what fears do you have? What holds you back? What paralyzes you? One of the best books that I've ever read about fear is called Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. When we acknowledge that something scares us, it can be a spider, a snake, swimming, shopping, you name it, whatever frightens us, whatever gets us in that fright and flight mode, that's when fear comes in. And that fear never really goes away, but we can diminish it when we do it. when we tackle it, when we decide, no, the fear's not going to win. I am not going to be self-imprisoned because of something that makes me feel uncomfortable. So what makes you feel uncomfortable? What kind of fears do you have? Do you recognize them? I know it sounds silly that I don't like to shop, and although I'm not fearful of it anymore, it's not certainly on my top 10 list of things to do when I have nothing else to do. Sorry, just not going to happen. I don't even like to shop for other people. It's just a thing. I don't know. But anyway, really what I want you to focus on is, what are your fears? Have you acknowledged them? And do you tackle them? I know people that don't know how to swim, and that absolutely terrifies me that they don't know how to swim. I know people that are afraid of heights, and they purposely do not put themselves in situations where they might get nervous being high up. I know people that are afraid to be themselves. They're afraid to let people see who they really are. And it is amazing to me what happens when we start conquering those fears and we stop letting fear decide what we do and what we don't do. Because what happens then is that fear is no longer one of the players. And the only thing holding you back is you, not the fear. But we give that excuse to the fear. We're like, no, I'm afraid of it, so I'm not going to do it. Well, what happens when there's no more fear? No more excuses. That's how fear works. So you know what? Get rid of your fear. Tackle whatever's holding you back and go get whatever it is you want. Have a great day.